Welcome to my channel, Broadway to York, where we check out places in New York and beyond that are a little bit different than the normal touristy destinations. So if you're looking on some fun tips for where to go, what to do, and what to eat, consider liking and subscribing. Today we're going to head up to 29th Street in Nomad to go to Swingers Crazy Golf. Swingers actually started back in 2014 in England, and has since expanded to 4 locations, another one in England, this one in New York City, as well as one in Washington, D.C. and Las Vegas. We were able to get a reservation pretty easily for 4 p.m. on a Saturday, but it might be worth looking ahead of time to get a reservation because at nighttime they have a DJ and it looks like it gets pretty packed. Once you get inside, the process is pretty straightforward. You come down to the desk, they get you set up with your scorecard, and then you're ready to go, but you can't actually start until your registered time, so we hung out at the bar instead. The bar had a fun and pretty imaginative drink menu with a couple of mini golf themed drinks like the Stroke of Luck and the Fairway to Heaven. They also had some classics like an espresso martini and then some house wines and draft beers. All things considered, they were really good, and the prices were what you'd expect from a place in the middle of Manhattan. But after a few drinks, it was time to go, as it was our time to check in. And the one thing I'll say about this place was really built for photo ops, as there's a really nice hallway on the way to the check-in area, as well as some waiting areas for bigger groups. Like, we were here for a one-on-one date night, but we did notice a couple work happy hours and other events like that here. So as you come to the start area, they give you a little introduction, and they remind you that you're free to order drinks straight to the course, which is nice. It was time to get started. However, despite a fair amount of pre-game trash talking, it turns out that maybe we're not that good at mini golf. Like, not good at all. But despite an incredibly slow start, and that is on both of our parts, we finally got into a groove around the 4th hole. Well, at least one of us did. Well, you know I'm still gonna celebrate that save like I got a hole-in-one in the hole, right? Now we're about halfway through the course and we're having a great time. Each one of the courses is 9 holes and you don't know which one you're going to get on any given day, but they all look like they're a great time. There is a little bit of waiting involved in between the holes depending on the group in front of you, but it's not too bad. Plus, if you're feeling a little bit talkative, you might even meet some pretty cool people while you're waiting for the next hole. Now, right around here is where I started to get a little bit worried about the score, with Jess scoring her first hole-in-one, so you know I had to respond. And just like that, we have ourselves a game. Now on to one of my favorite parts of the course. At the end, in the last hole, if you get a hole-in-one, you actually get to spin this wheel, and you might win some free drinks or maybe some free food. Now that doesn't bode too well for my score, but let's see what we won.
I think I spun it too hard. Let's see. So right now Braden is tallying up the scores.
So I tallied yours up, you have 25.
I think I already won because I got a hole in one in the last hole and I won a voucher for a glass of house wine. So we'll see.
20.
Brandon tallying the scores and we'll see who gets to stand on that #1 clack right there.
Final score. You have 25s. I have 24. So, rough round for you there. What are the emotions like right now after realizing you lost by just 1 point?
Definitely wasn't my boss. Did someone fact check your math? Did someone double check it?
You can double check if you want.
25, 24, definitely not my best, but I do feel like a winner because I did get a hole in one in the last round, and I have a glass of wine, a free glass of wine, so...
A huge missed opportunity on the first hole when you hit the windmill about 4 times in a row. How do you feel like that impacted your game, and do you think the result would have been different if you had a little more concentration in the beginning there?
Yeah, so in the beginning I was a little flustered, I was a little, nervous. And then back to my game, but I'm actually very proud of myself because I really came through, and even though I hit a window 4 times in a row, you still only beat me by 1 point, so I'm proud of myself. So you beat your opponent by 1 point. How does that make you feel?
We did great work out there today. Respect to my opponent. She put up a good fight. We ended up overcoming by about 1 point. We kept our scores low in those tough holes, which is important for the win, and proud of the boys out there today.
And one last question. How did that last hole make you feel?
Last hole was a little rough. We almost blew it there, but that's why, you gotta, when things aren't going well for you, you just gotta reset, take it step by step, and then finish the game out.
All right. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Now another fun part is if you win, you get to take a picture on this podium and they send you the gift so you can hold it over your friends' heads for the rest of forever. And when you finish up, or maybe even before your game if you're waiting, they have a nice food court area with some different options like pizza, burgers, and desserts. But instead, we actually made our way to the bar to redeem Jess's free glass of wine, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think she might be the real winner here. Well everyone, thanks for following along with us, and I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. If you want some more fun travel tips, travel ideas, or if you just want to watch us go on some fun adventures around New York City and beyond, consider giving us a like and a follow here on YouTube. We'll see you next time right here on Broadway to York.